Was the Meghan effect ever really real when it comes to fashion, or was it an urban fashion myth created by the great storyteller herself, Meghan Markle? Because we have truly a fascinating bit in the recent Bloomberg interview where she talked about her setting up of ShopMy and how she was hoping to quote unquote support female designers. And yet, she has completely and utterly shuttered it. And I can't help but think, did Meghan think she could really capitalize on the so called Meghan effect, only to find out that nobody wants to buy a product to support a multi-millionaire duchess living in her multi-millionaire mansion? So we are going to get into this on Royal Fashion News today. But if you guys haven't been here before, my name is Brittany, and this is the channel for all those who have a passion for royal fashion. So I do appreciate you here. If you would love to hit that subscribe button, that would be awesome. So much coming up in September, and so excited for the upcoming state visit from the United States to the UK. So we should see a lot of royals dressing their best and a lot of royals getting back to royal engagements here very, very soon. So much exciting happening. But this is a video I've been thinking about doing for a little while because I found it sort of interesting when I realized and went to Meghan ShopMy because I actually have one for this channel. It's called Royal Fashion News with Brittany. And I went to Meghan's and I'm like, she hasn't updated this thing in a while, has she? And then right before the launch of her show, I noticed she had basically deleted everything from it. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, so she's going to merch the stuff she's showing off on her show. It's kind of tacky, not surprised, but yeah, that's what she was going to do. And then this is what currently we have on Meghan Markle's ShopMy. Big old pile of nothing. So what happened? Because Meghan, she even had an interview recently talking about the Meghan effect, that everybody wants to be like Meghan. So did she find out that's not really the case? I'm going to argue maybe yes. But what is ShopMy in case you are curious? And so we shall share a bit of royal fashion news, and I'll share with you guys a bit more after we go over the Meghan segment of how it works and what it does for somebody like me who looks for and tries to find royal fashion and dupes and all these sorts of things. So this is what the royal fashion news with Brittany ShopMy looks like. Obviously, you see the logo there, and you see a lot of pieces. These are from Queen Mary of Denmark. This is a dupe of Catherine's Givenchy dress. So I try to link things that are both royally inspired and actually something royals have worn. These two pieces were worn by the woman who recently became the fiance of Peter Phillips, who is the grandson of Queen Elizabeth. And so it tells you what the prices are here. Queen Mary just wore this dress again. It's actually currently on sale. And so we have so many different little pieces here. And so I find things that are both royals have worn and are royal inspired. And so I do a royal outfits segment here. So I post things. I'm obviously a little behind because obviously there was just Meghan content vomited all over us this week. So been busy catching up on these things. But if you click on, let's say, the Catherine bit here, her jacket's no longer available. This particular hat is no longer available. But there's a similar one from the same designer. We do have a similar blazer as well from Veronica Beard. And then we have this necklace that she did appear to wear. So you can add different fashion items. Like Queen Mary has these tennis shoes. You can actually see them right here, the same tennis shoes. So lots of just simple things. Some things are available, some things are no longer available. It all depends. Like those shoes are no longer available. So we have something similar. This jacket no longer is available. So we had this one. So a lot of different features here for those who are interested. And this is just both for fun and it makes looking for the fashion worth it. Because, guys, let me tell you right now, looking for fashion and trying to identify royal fashion, like this blazer was really hard. You'd think it would be easy, but it was pretty hard. This suit, it took me a while to figure out because it's belted and I had to look for the belt loops because you think something's super easy. It just ends up being really, really challenging because linen shorts like this are pretty nondescript. And sometimes it's a small collection or from a different designer, what have you. So some things are hard to find. Some things are easy. Like, this ended up being easy. This was from E&M. And then I know Beatrice is always in Dior, so I knew that was Dior. Charlotte's always in Chanel, so I knew that was likely Chanel. This looks like Oscar de la Renta, and that's what it is. Like, this dress here from Catherine Amalia, I can't even tell you what it is. I tried to find things were similar, but we only had 2 pictures, and then when I looked at the different pictures, they all seemed to say different things. So this is the burgundy dress here. Like, the details just didn't match. No matter what I did, I could not get the details to match. And some things like this silhouette, very self-portrait. And so you have a lot of different pieces here. And so I tried to the best of my ability to find things. And like, this skirt was on sale for a long time, so I linked it. So I will try to link things like are $250 and under. This is a shirt Catherine wore. And then I think to do it in Royal Favorites, I did Royal Sales. So I try to find pieces that are on sale and share it with you. Some of these are, I'm sure, no longer in stock. So I'll have to probably update that. But that's what I do. And how it works is that if you, let's say you go to Royal Outfits and you really like this blazer, because honestly, I do. So if you click on it, we'll go over here. It takes you to a Nordstrom Rack page. And if you purchase it from Nordstrom Rack, I do make a small commission off that. So it could be as little as less than 1%. Sometimes I've seen them offer all the way up to 20% of the purchase. And what this does is that it just helps support what happens on Royal Fashion News. It makes it easier to buy some of these pieces and share them as I can. I honestly do like this blazer. I think this blazer is super cute. And I'm a rather prolific online shopper. So I'll see things and I go, oh, a royal wore something just like that. So when it comes to Catherine, the Princess of Wales, when it came to her Givenchy dress here that she wore in for the French state visit, I found a pretty good dupe here. I did a whole video on it if you're interested, and I shared it, guys. And this might still available on some outlets, but it's a gorgeous dress and it looks very, very similar to Catherine's. And so if you shop it through the ShopMy, again, a little what they call cookie is left, and it helps support, again, all that we do here on Royal Fashion News. And so Meghan, guys, technically had the same thing. And I do want to point this out because I find this to be very, 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 very funny, is that my current level, because you have actually, I think 3 or 4 levels, is trendsetter. So I don't want to say 10 points away from icon status or whatever. It depends on how many people click the links, how many people buy stuff and everything. But I am also the same level as Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. So just saying. So we are both trendsetters, guys. Both of us are trendsetters. And why does that matter? And why do I make little digs there? Because Meghan is a so-called duchess. The reason why royals don't, quote unquote, make money off their clothes is that sometimes they're paid for by the taxpayers for sure, but they're not wearing the clothes to make money off of them. They're wearing them to support a charity, to represent their country. So when it comes to Catherine wearing Dior at the state visit, this wasn't so she could make money off Dior. She did this as a representative of the relationship between France and the UK. And so she chose a French designer. And so actually, guys, when I pulled these 2 Dior pieces, you don't actually make any money from these. These are zero commission items. And what's really cool, I do like about ShopMy a lot, is that I can pull in numerous fashion items, even like Holland Cooper, which doesn't have a relationship with ShopMy. I can pull in a variety of things, so I'm not limited. This is why I really like it. I'm not limited to what's available through the system. YouTube is kind of limiting that way. I can put whatever like I want here, even if there's no commission. So these are no commission. I don't know about the shoes or whatever. I don't remember off the top of my head. But Catherine isn't there to make money off her clothes. She's wearing them as a representative of the UK. So when Meghan decided to open up a ShopMy, and not to mention the fact that Catherine is obviously quite wealthy as well. Her husband controls now the Duchy of Cornwall, which is a billion-dollar property empire. Now, he doesn't have full control over it, but I think he makes about $25 million a year from it. So when it comes to Catherine, Like, if she went on there and tried to make money off her clothes, I'd be like, yeah, no, I won't click your links because you got plenty of money. You don't need my pennies to make more money. And you have people to curate things for you and do all these things for you, maybe even get freebies. Catherine doesn't. But if like Catherine had done that, I'd be like, that's really tacky and crass. And I want to say the same thing with Meghan, because what I think Meghan thought is that she saw people like Meghan's Mirror and Meghan's Closet and various other people who were sharing affiliate links and thinking, well, I want a piece of that because I'm wearing the clothes. So I should get a piece of that. And it was very purely, I think, selfish motives because I think Megan or her mind thinks that she's a money generator for brands. Now, she might be somewhat correct, but I also question it a bit. So I think it's time for us to listen to some of what Megan said in her recent Bloomberg interview because she went down this path, which was so weird because by the time this aired, she had deleted basically everything from her ShopMy in the first place. So let's listen.
I'm definitely not the only one taking note of Meghan's fashion choices. There's a blog called What Meghan Wore that's been tracking her outfits and accessories for fans ever since her relationship with Prince Harry went public.
I should also say, just for the record, that there have been people doing this for Catherine for years as well. But Catherine, again, doesn't want a piece of it. Meghan does. She thinks, well, if they're identifying my fashion, why don't I get a cut of it?
On one occasion, Meghan sporting a bracelet spiked an 11,000% increase in sales for the company that made it. There's even a term for this.
The Meghan effect.
Meghan feigns modesty here. But I think Meghan really wanted the Meghan effect to be real. And I think ShopMy proved it wasn't or wasn't going to work for her.
I don't know if you've heard about this one.
I've heard about that one.
This concept that you can transform a small business by wearing or using their products. How do you make decisions about what to wear or what to feature, knowing that you can have that?
Now, I take issue with this question because she's acting like everything Meghan wears is from small designers and she's really trying to lift up small designers. Meghan spent a lot of her time as a royal in Dior and Givenchy. And she still wears high-end designers. This idea that she's lifting up these small micro businesses is a little bit of a misnomer. She also wears a heck of a lot of Cartier jewelry.
Level of impact.
It's hugely flattering, and it's also, I take it seriously. Up until then, there was always speculation on what I might be wearing, and then you'd find different media outlets would put it up with their affiliate sales, and they might sell out on a shirt, but it wasn't the shirt of that female founder that I was.
So this I find to be hugely problematic. It wasn't the person I was hoping to support. Well, you don't get to choose, Meghan, who people support. Yeah, they might decide that they want to go, let's say, because Meghan does a lot of high end. So I shop a lot of sales. If a item is, let's say, on sale at Neiman Marcus for a lower price than Saks Fifth Avenue, I'm going to buy it from Neiman Marcus. Or let's say if it's from a small female-owned boutique, but I can buy it much cheaper off Neiman Marcus, then I'm going to buy it off stinking Neiman Marcus. Like that, the idea that people are just going to follow her links and do whatever she wants here, and like that. Oh, it's how bad is it that the people who are supposed to support me don't really support me in the way I want them to support me? Very selfish. Very narcissistic.
Choosing to support. And that was really interesting for me because a lot of my choices, especially when I wasn't using my voice as often, my fashion choices were decisive.
She has played this line before, but I just don't really think that's true. Because again, what message are you sending in a $100,000 Dior dress in Morocco? What message are you sending? There is no message there. It's, I want to wear Dior.
And they were really designed to uplift a lot of smaller brands that people might not know about, especially female-founded brands and designers. So from my...
But she doesn't really. Like, even these, how much of these are actually female-led?
Standpoint, even having ShopMy on Instagram has been a...
So she has these here, and this should say, but I can't really read it. It should say how much these items are worth. Because you notice that on mine too. It tells you how much the items are worth.
Exploration, because I'm able to say.
So she pointed out one thing, a blue salt dress. What is blue salt? So I do find it funny that they pulled like the one thing from, let's say, a smaller brand to show off to people. And it's like, yeah, maybe they didn't want to buy it because it was too expensive and they could find something cheaper elsewhere. Maybe.
These are the actual brands, and people can find what they're looking for if they wanted to emulate the style.
So that is pretty much it. So they can emulate the style, the Meghan effect. But then why did the woman who coined the effect abandon ShopMy? Because ShopMy is not easy, guys. It takes a while to curate things. It takes a while to find things. And it takes a while to figure out what you want to do. And did you get the right links and all these sorts of things? Like this is not like easy peasy. Well, at least especially the way I do it, probably for other influencers, it's much easier. But for me, if I'm trying to find a royal piece, I can put something in the search engine. So I'll show you what I do here because I think that is important to be transparent in what I am, let's say, looking at or trying to manage. So let's take Queen Mary's suit here. So here's Queen Mary. We have her suit in the search engine. This is what I do, Google image search, and you get Giambattista Valli. It's not that. It's not this. It's not this. So you have to look at it. It finally comes up here from unidentified no more. But like you get things that are close and you have to like, obviously that's really off, but you have to like look at them and really go, oh, is this right? Is that right? Like this can take a while. Like how many buttons did somebody have? Like are the buttons in the right place? That's especially important for blazers and stuff. So you have so many competitors. And so it takes a while sometimes to really figure some of this stuff out. It's not super easy. And sometimes, guys, I put the picture in and I can spend an hour trying different things, finally trying to figure out what the fashion item is. And Meghan, yeah, she can tell you exactly what it is. And for those who are obsessed with Meghan's fashion, maybe that's something that works for them. But at the same time here, when it comes to Meghan, that she abandoned it, I think is a reflection of the fact that she was really hoping this thing would be a big hit. And it wasn't. Because nobody wants to support a duchess in a $16 million mansion make more money. It just comes across as rather crass. And yes, a lot of influencers who make a lot of money do link their items. Like Meghan's quote unquote friend, who I don't think is really her friend. They're kind of peripherally friends through their husband, but her name's Delphine and she does polo or not really polo. She's an equestrian and those sorts of things. Her husband is, what's his name? I can't remember his name. And I'm trying to rush through. So we won't do it, but it's like Harry's really close friend. I'm gonna say, no, that's not it. I can't remember. Anyways, so she has Nacho. That's it. I was like, it's something weird and something short. So Nacho. So Nacho's wife. She has affiliate stuff. I don't know if it's through Like to Know It or ShopMy or what have you, but she'll share things. But she'll also be like standing in the mirror explaining what the shirt is and why she likes it. So for me, I'm wearing a dress today and I actually really like it. The color is amazing. I love these ones that are kind of casual. I've been getting more into casual dresses. And so it's like I got pockets. It's from the loft. It's just like not super exciting, but I can show it to you if we had more time and different space. And maybe you would want to purchase it. But Meghan just shows her stuff on Instagram and just expects people to buy it. And that works for other people, but just doesn't really work, I think, for Meghan in a lot of ways. Because, yeah, people want to know what it was, but what they can do, and people can do this with my stuff too, is they can look at the information available on the link and just go to the website themselves and buy it. They don't have to follow her link because, again, she's asking people and trying to make money off her clothes that she's wearing. Because again, you get a commission off of it. Now, it might be zero. There are those brands that don't have a relationship, but it might be upwards of 20% of what people are buying. And I think that's what truly interests her, not lifting up other brands in the way she claims just out of the goodness of her heart, but because she wants to make money off of it. And I find that to be exceptionally tacky, to be quite honest, that she's that interested in making money off of it. But I think she's found through this whole ShopMy experiment that the Meghan effect doesn't really exist. Or if it does, people don't really want to pay a duchess for the information. They are more than willing to take the information from her and utilize and figure out how to buy her stuff without supporting her through the affiliate links. So, yeah, I'm not surprised at all that this is what's happened. But at the same time, Meghan could have taken the time to cultivate something really interesting. But again, it would require her to demonstrate and do the influencery thing that she just doesn't seem to want to do or is too lazy to do. Because one of the other things I wanted to point out real quick is that she had like a tab for her wedding makeup. She had a tab for like Easter stuff at one point because that's about the time she launched it. And I'm like, but we don't see you guys celebrating Easter. We don't see any of your decor. Like, how in the world are people supposed to just buy something just based on because you post it? Like, I'm in the process of hopefully getting like a credit or something from To Me. It's been a process because one of my bags got damaged and I can't use it anymore. And I cannot get through to them on customer service. So bad on To Me for customer service. Every time I call them, it rings, I hear the elevator music, and no one ever picks up. It's very, very annoying. Just throwing that out there. Anyways, I should get a credit to buy a bag, and I did want to share, like, the bag I got for a whole travel section because I do travel a lot, so I can share with you guys what I travel with because you guys do see me travel. You guys do see me go out and do things, and I'm not as good at covering some of that. Hopefully, we'll be able to do that in the future, but yeah, I'm able to do it. So Megan not doing the bare bones basic, well, no wonder it didn't work. Like, as ever, is not working. Her show is not working. Megan just wants people to give her money for being pretty and not doing what is actually required. You don't make money by just being pretty, oftentimes. There's a hard work attached to and a good work ethic and being agreeable with people and everything. And Megan just doesn't seem to have that. So, do I think she abandoned ShopMy too early? Yeah. But am I willing to, let's say, continue on my trendsetter path, maybe reaching icon status? Why, yes. Yes, I would like to. So, guys, anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you want to support Royal Fashion News ShopMy, check it out. Please maybe give it a follow. You don't have to. And I will keep cultivating and adding things to it because we had so much happen this week. Generally, I won't be posting any Meghan stuff like ever. It'll be all the other royal ladies. So, guys, again, thank you so much for watching and for your support. And I shall speak to you again very soon. Bye.